We stand here in front of Cumberland County Jail to call out violence, to call out medical torture, and to just let everyone know and be on call to make sure that you know that we are watching you and that we will continue to watch you. We will not go away. We had a press conference in front of the Central Campus on November 23rd. We had a press conference on December 8th in front of Essex County Jail for physical and medical torture over there and murder over there. Over here, we are also bringing to light the issues of merging county jails and the problems that come with that. The young man who was beaten into life support in Essex County Jail literally came from Union County Jail. And the thing that's going on right now with the emergency COVID health legislation that released 4,000 people, there's a lot of jails that are being merged together and a lot of transferring going on and a lot of chaos going on. There are task forces that are set up to deal with these things, and these task forces are not doing, they're in fact hurting the situation. We are saying that we do not need any more task forces. There are physical and violent things that are going on in these carceral spaces throughout the state of New Jersey that are not being dealt with. And this is not something to set up a new task force for. This is something to deal with right now when lives are being had and lives are being tortured. You are sentenced to do time. You are not sentenced to death in the state of New Jersey, and this can no longer be the case. We are working with the administration and we are working with the New Jersey Attorney General's office, and we will continue to fight this fight to the things that are going on right now, not the things that's going to happen after you set up a task force and you look at a report. There are crimes and there are tortures that are occurring right now that have to be dealt with right now. This is what I want us to understand. I want the New Jersey taxpayer to understand that this is what you are paying for. You are paying for this. And you don't even realize what's going on right now. So we will continue to draw this information out for you. And as you can see, 4 or 5 press conferences later, we know that you're virtually watching us, and we very much appreciate you. We will also appreciate the New Jersey Attorney General for convicting, and sentencing the prison guards in Edmond Mahan back in January. And I'm going to close with saying that this is something that did not just start in 2021. This is something that has been going on since the beginning of carceral space. But now there's light in it, and now there's attention to it, and now there's directives that are trying to address it. But there are still things happening right now that, even according to your own rules and regulations, should not be occurring, to be very, very polite. At this point in time, I would like to introduce to you my beloved sister and co-chair of the New Jersey Prison Justice Watch, Ms. Nafeesah Goldsmith. Good afternoon, everyone. I have been waiting for this moment to come here to Cumberland County Jail to not only call out the atrocities that have taken place here, but to also vindicate the lives that have been lost in this place. New Jersey has over 20 jails in their 21 counties. And this particular jail is known for extreme medical neglect that has resulted in not only suicide, but other fatalities. And one of them happened on August 8th,
2011, to my sister, Cuqui Goldsmith. Cuqui was brought in on a Friday on an old warrant and was awaiting court the following Monday, where she would have been released on her own recognizance. On Sunday evening, she complained to medical staff that she was not feeling well. She was told repeatedly to go to her cell and lie down. My sister told the medical staff that she felt if she laid down, she would not wake up. That Monday morning at 6 a.m. when they opened the cell doors, my sister was no longer alive. My sister is not the only one who lost her life here. CFG Health Services need to not only be audited, but they need to lose their contracts throughout the state. CFG has a very dirty history. And so I'm calling out Dennis Sandrock, Dr. Dennis Sandrock, who is the leading psychologist. He is the head person who makes the decisions here for the lives that are supposed to be under the care of CFG Health System. Dr. Sandrock, he is also the one who police officers have to be reviewed by in order to come back to work to ensure that officers are of sound mind and can do their jobs efficiently and effectively. But what we understand is that the mental health that is received here, the treatment that is received in the jails, are failing, which is why you have not only in Cumberland County, but you have Camden County, Hudson County, Essex County, Middlesex County. You have all of these suicidal deaths under the care of CFG Health Services. This cannot continue. The most recent death was at Essex County Jail. It has to stop. In Middlesex County, we had David Yeary, who was murdered. Officers broke his neck. This man died under the care of CFG. They left him in a chair, a restraint chair, with a broken neck. How much longer, how many more lives have to be lost? CFG, you need to lose your contract. I could not get my sister back. Families could not get their loved ones back. Our taxpayers are paying for this service. It cannot continue. We have to stop this. How many people behind these walls, behind this barbed wire, are not receiving the mental health or health services that they deserve? Who's dying right now? Who's taking their last breath right now? We need to take a moment and just give respect to those who have lost their lives here at Cumberland County Jail and every other jail in this state at the hands of medical neglect from CFG, no health services. We can't bring them back, but we can fight for them. And that's what we're here to do. And so we're going to continue to bring to light the atrocities that take place in our jails and prisons until those things no longer exist. It has to stop. And so with that, I introduce to you my brother Anton Henshaw.
Actually, we're going to introduce to you closing remarks from Lydia Thornton.
My sister spoke so eloquently about her sister and the death that she experienced within her own family. CFG has somehow managed to get these contracts throughout the state at various jails. Now, you know these are all supposed to go out separate bids. You're telling me that every single county, they were the successful bidder repeatedly? That doesn't make sense. Flat out does not make sense. And when you follow the money trail, county taxpayers are paying for CFG. State taxpayers are paying for Rutgers Corrections medical care. Equally corrupt. Equally neglectful. But here at Cumberland County Jail and at the rest of our jails, the thing to keep in mind is most of the people in here are not convicted of anything yet. They're waiting for a trial. They're waiting for a hearing. They're being held on a warrant and then maybe just let go. They're not convicted. It doesn't make it okay for our prisons, but our jails, you could be jaywalking. You could be in here for child support. Excuse me. And if you miss, if you're ill, if something happens to you, unfortunately, you may not last the night because nobody's going to look. Nobody's going to care. So we're calling all this lack of medical care out. You haven't seen the last of New Jersey Prison Justice Watch, so you might as well come on board. Join us in creating a system where human beings' health is actually a priority. Thanks for listening. Appreciate you all.
Please follow the Prison Justice Watch on Facebook, a Facebook page, on Twitter, on Instagram, and the Integrated Justice Alliance, a Facebook media listserv, which will keep you abreast of all of our activities, and then some as it relates to criminal justice reform in the state of New Jersey. God bless you, and Happy New Year, unfortunately, to all of us.